You cannot go around me or through me to get to my father law, for he and I are one and the same. Now you see what must be done before you can be a universal architect.
Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Now be the black man time. Fuck if you trust this, you're gonna feel the positive vibe. Oh, we gon' bust quick. How do you filthy as lies? Young black people need to learn who you are and understand why you're light skin, brown and dark. And always know where the sun get the heat to stay hot. Stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out with your cock out and never drop out. You be the masters of subconscious ultra builder, no doubt. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound.
Sun's in sight, katana swore me my copper. I fast to meditate upon that ass like we're hard. Assimilate your fate along the brigade.
You cannot go around me or through me to get to my father law, for he and I are one and the same. Now you see what must be done before you can be a universal architect.
Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Now be the black man time. Fuck if you trust this, you're gonna feel the positive vibe. Oh, we gon' bust quick. How do you filthy as lies? Young black people need to learn who you are and understand why you're light skin, brown and dark. And always know where the sun get the heat to stay hot. Stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out with your cock out and never drop out. You be the masters of subconscious ultra builder, no doubt. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound.
Sun's in sight, katana swore me my copper. I fast to meditate upon that ass like we're hard. Assimilate your fate along the brigade.
You cannot go around me or through me to get to my father law, for he and I are one and the same. Now you see what must be done before you can be a universal architect.
Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Now be the black man time. Fuck if you trust this, you're gonna feel the positive vibe. Oh, we gon' bust quick. How do you filthy as lies? Young black people need to learn who you are and understand.
Peace, everybody. We on here late night tonight. We on here for the late night run. I hope everybody is feeling good and feeling well. This your brother, Minister Freedom Allah. My man, I see Allah, man. We in the building. Peace, everybody, man. I will that everybody's feeling good and feeling well. We gonna kick it all the way live. Y'all know how we do, man. We ain't gonna be too long. We just had to make sure we get the stream in. We was on a real important conference call, man, and we got down to some deep business, man. So we had to make sure we got everything situated, man. So peace, man. So tonight, man, we gonna make sure we get this stream up and active and get it popping for y'all. We talking about, who and what is the meaning of the 85%? Who is the 85%, man? Today's mathematics is knowledge culture. So we talking about, we want to expose and bring some light to the people who don't know the knowledge of their culture and the people who walking around without the knowledge of themselves, man. The 85%. Of course, y'all know you may be out here. Y'all, if you may be new to the channel or new to the page, we here to bring light and bring power and bring knowledge to the beautiful and empowering teachings of the culture known as the 5%. And our lessons and our teachings, and just expound and have this positive dialogue. So a lot of times these conversations are for the people who don't know, or for the people who interested in knowing, or the people who interested in finding out and asking these questions. So we want to have a dialogue, so that we could bring it to the light, man. I see anything you want to add on to that?
Just want to say peace to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. Let's get ready to enjoy this build. Get ready to discuss and delve into a little bit of something about what we teach.
Word. Peace to the God. Yeah. No, I'm definitely with you on that, God. So, just hopping into it, like we said. Firstly, today's mathematics is knowledge culture, right? So when you know your culture, you can know how to live. You can know the way that you live. This is being knowledgeable about the way that you live your life. A culture is one's way of life. It's the language, it's the traditions, it's the way that we speak, it's the refinement, it's all of these things that encompass being culture. So in our culture is a supreme culture. It's the culture, I, God. of you being God and showing and proving and being able to manifest for oneself and living a life that is mathematically inclined. So when we acknowledge that, we able to come into a lifestyle that's empowering and can bring power to others, God. So that's how you acknowledge your culture. That's how you be for me, God. Anything you want to add to that, God?
Shit. But once you acknowledge your culture, you know how to be free. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Because once you have a culture, one thing that we was missing as a people was a culture. You know, and in a lot of aspects, it's still culture to this day. You know, in regards to being able to tie yourself back to a land. You know, and that was one of the things that I got out of the teachings in regards to being able to tie myself back to a land. You know, having a culture to be able to identify with. You know, and even though it was, the way it was gave, it was in a broad sense. You know, but it still identified us to the land. You know, which is not one particular continent or one particular country, but the whole planet. You know, especially coming from a member of the lost people that was in the wilderness of North America that had no sense of their history or their culture or their names or anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Peace, God.
So coming from that type of a history, you know, you have to get a general understanding, a general sense of what it is that your culture is. That, I can't see any other reason why something like what's the name of it? Ancestry.com. I'm sure that Ancestry.com is probably something that's, utilized by majority of African Americans. I'm pretty sure I got to check the stats. Be able to trace your culture, your roots, and see where it is, you got roots from to be able to tie yourself to a geographical part of the planet. Say I'm from XYZ, So this is why I say once you're able to acknowledge your culture, that gives you a certain percentage of freedom.
Peace, God. I like that. Yeah. No. I like that, God. Peace to the God. No, that's definitely a jewel, man. That's definitely a jewel for us. So, yo, man, definitely, man. If you tuning in right now, if you got questions for the gods, we gonna go ahead and hop into it. We want to make sure we went through today's math, and just going through the knowledge of the culture, man. And I think that it's important that just as we was building on, like you said, having a culture is the key for you to be able to be free, and the key for you to be able to find some freedom in this world. You know what I mean? So this video is for the person who's out there and you tuning in and you getting the knowledge and you looking at these videos and you may be exploring knowledge and exploring these teachings and you may be wondering what is your culture, right? Because it may be some people out there you may be interested in the teachings of the 5% and may want to know about the 5% but don't know, hey, what makes me an 85%er? Right? What is it that you gain and what is it that I get from learning the knowledge of the 5%? Hey man, you learn the culture. You learn who you are. We able to clean you up. So we gonna go into it. We're gonna go into it. So let me get this out. So really God, really where it take us to is, today's degree. You know what I mean? That's really where we end up. Today's degree. Who is the 85%? Right? The lessons say the 5, they are the uncivilized people. Poison animal eaters. Let me see if I can pull this up. What you think about that, I see? Pull it up on the screen. Go ahead. What you about to say?
No. I'm in my head.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead, God. While I'm trying to pull this up.
Well, dealing with that 85%, God, that's a multifaceted thing. And we deal with it on different levels. So that's why, one of the first definitions, you dealing with what was the guy name we just been with? God divine. He say they ain't even got a dietary law.
Ooh. Shit.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, true indeed.
A poison
True indeed.
animal eater. You know, uncivilized people. You know, and in some aspects, you got individuals that won't even have those characteristics. Because you got some 85ers that don't eat no poison animals. You know, you got some 85ers that got some sense of knowledge of self. You know, when I say knowledge of self, I mean they may have some type of, you know, historical knowledge, you know, some type of African-centered background or whatnot or whatever, you know. But however, they still may believe in a mystery God. You know what I'm saying? They still may eat swine or whatever, you know. But however, they still dealing with some sense of striving to have some type of knowledge of self, and they just they on their journey, and they just haven't got to where they need to be in order to be, you know, completely free. You know. But those are some of the different aspects, you know, just dealing with being an 85%.
Yeah, no.
You know, and really what it is, you know, you just need to break that degree down, word by word, to really go into the understanding of what each, you know, word means.
Yeah, that's what I was sitting here trying to see, pulling up. What'd you say?
Did you have it on the screen?
Yeah. What'd you say? For the most part, that's all there.
Okay. Well, I mean, so that's on the screen right there. You can see that?
No, not yet. That's why I wanted to show it to you before I did. As well as, like we said, you know, and we're just going into it. And I'm about to pull this up so we can go through that. Yeah, and two, man, if you out there on the stream, I know we over here on the gram. Let me make sure we don't have no questions on the gram. Make sure y'all drop them questions for us, man. Once we get into it, I got one more slide. I'm trying to get up for y'all. Peace. Your origin in this world. I know that's right.
Yeah. You gotta put a disclaimer.
Yeah.
You gotta put a disclaimer. Pardon us, people.
Yeah,
you know, like, no, go put on. You got to let people know. You know, say, I mean, nah.
So, I would like to connect with. Hell yeah, let's definitely connect, William Shaw. We definitely got to do some stuff in the community, man. Peace. We definitely working to get some stuff in the community. So, just going back to the degree. Today's degree in 1 through 40. Who is the 85%? They are the uncivilized people. Poison animal eaters. What's the meaning of uncivilized? Peace, God. Peace, born unique, Allah. Peace, God. Peace to the God. Great to meet you. So what is the meaning? What is the meaning of uncivilized? They are the uncivilized people. The uncivilized people.
Those that don't have no knowledge, wisdom, or understanding.
Who is the uncivilized people, God? Who would you say? You said
those that have no knowledge, wisdom, or understanding, cultural refinement, and they are savages in the pursuit of happiness.
No, that's right. Let me get this
one. That's
here.
just one definition that I
say. That's just one. That's just one definition off the top of the head. Yo, so I'm about to go up to our slide screen. I just wanna pull this up because, like IC said, we gotta. No, God, don't drop. You ain't gotta drop your math right on the public chat. Send us an inbox, God. I'll make sure
you be getting blew up all night.
Man, people gonna be calling you all night, God. Don't put your math on
peace, God. What's today's mathematics?
Yeah, don't put your math on. I wouldn't put your joint on here, God. On Facebook, I would just send us the inbox with it, God, and then I'll definitely reach out to you first thing next day. Word is bond. I'm trying to pull this picture up for the crowd. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get this up. Oh, come on. Damn.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Everybody hear
yeah,
me?
they can hear you. They can hear you and they
Mic
can
check,
see
mic
you.
check, 1 2
They
1
can hear
2.
you and they can see you, God.
Okay.
I'm
They
just
can see
sitting here
me?
looking
Okay.
for this
Okay.
picture. There it go. But no, I was trying to get open the uncivilized joint.
Okay.
Yeah, uncivilized. Uncivilized. There it go. Uncivilized. Uncivilized. What is the meaning of uncivilized? Uncivilized. Peace to the God. We're gonna connect. It's great. You say you a builder, Lord. I know that's right. The God say, God, I'm a builder. I don't give a fuck about that shit about people calling me. Peace to the God.
Peace, God.
Say a place or people not considered to be socially or culturally or morally advanced. Right? Say they not in regards, okay, we could go through that. Supreme being God, he said in regards to origins, what are Allah's teachings in regards to dinosaurs and the evolution theory? Ouch. He going there. Yeah, we can go through that, God. I got you.
He went there.
Say he went there. He went there with the dinosaurs. We're going to go through this. We're just going to break this down. So, uncivilized. They are the uncivilized people, right? So somebody that's living uncivilized, man, this somebody that's living outside of their nature. This somebody that's living outside of the moral code, not socially, not morally. So this go back to what me and the guy was just talking about, not morally advanced. The 85%, we say the 5%, we the ones who are righteous, the poor righteous teachers who do not believe in the teachings of the 10%, right? The 85%, they uncivilized. The next part say the poison animal eaters. What's the poison animal they eating? Shit, for one of them that got that damn swine.
Peace.
That's what you about to say, I go ahead.
Well, now the first thing that I say that you need to, understand in this whole equation is that we're talking about the uncivilized. When you're talking about the 85%, the first word that's used to describe them is the uncivilized people. And in all actuality, the first word is the un. Meaning that whatever it is that they do as a people, the first thing it is that they do is, well, we can't say that. The first thing that happens with them is they don't do. So these are people that they don't do the knowledge. They don't have good study habits. They don't have good dietary habits. They don't have good social habits. They don't have good relationship habits. They don't have good, just regular functional habits that make you a social individual in society in a roundabout way. Because everybody may have some in certain degrees or whatnot. But when you're a civilized individual, you take stock and you take effort into striving to make sure that you're the best version of yourself every day walking forward. So you can take criticism regularly because you know that you are walking work in progress continuously. If we say that we infinite, that means we forever evolving. We take back to that word when we talk about evolution. I'm not talking about the Darwin shit. I'm
Peace,
talking
God.
about moving forward and growing forward. So that's how I see that.
I know that's right, God. Peace to the God. I like that. Like you said, lacking, like what the God said. William Shaw say, pardon myself, born unique law. He said, lacking understanding in what it means to be civil. I know that's right. I like that. Peace to the God. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
And like I said, I always break, civilization is one having knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because in order to show forth that you civilized, you have to have markers of what we call civilization. One of the markers of civilization is being able to have the ability to count 1, 2, 3s and have a written language. ABCs. Once you got mathematics and you got alphabets, then you're dealing with a civilized people.
Right.
And there are some markers, even before that, if they don't have a language or they don't have an alphabet and they have other things, in regards to building. making pottery or having fire or whatever. These are markers of civilization. Because at one time, you had to be able to know how to create fire. Other than that, you just admired it from what I would think is just a sun.
Mm.
If you had an understanding that that's what what it was at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
This is going back into the annals of history of the original man.
No, true indeed.
But therefore, that's just one characteristic of being an 85, being uncivilized.
Being uncivilized.
And like I said, let me be very clear when I say that all 85ers don't have these characteristics. Somebody I would say is an 85er, because we got something that we say when we put it in mathematical terms, we'll say we got build powers or destroy powers. You understand what I'm saying?
True indeed.
And so, the destroy powers, that's just a hardcore 85. My man is totally dumb, deaf, and blind. He's not on the path to nothing. He's the dude that just sit up in the room and play video games all day or just out in the world every day causing death and destruction amongst the people. He's not taking knowledge and using it nothing to benefit the people or himself, around him. However, then you got some individuals that don't have no knowledge of self, what we would call them 85ers, but they are called what we call build powers. Because these individuals, they're productive individuals in society. They may not have what we call knowledge of self, but these are positive individuals. These are productive individuals. These are individuals that you may want to go and network with. And be able to make yourself something worth something in everyday life.
Peace. Peace, God.
So, all the time, an 85 is not something that's a negative connotation, to it. It's just something that we identify as 5% as saying that this is somebody that don't have the knowledge of self or don't deal with it what we have.
Right, no doubt. And God, that's one thing I was gonna ask you too, God, because I done heard you touch on that before. is being civilized is having civil eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's having civil eyes. It's being like it's seeing things in a civilized fashion, in a civilized manner. And that the 85% that he interacts with situations, and because of his lack of civilization, he automatically revert to becoming uncivilized. You know what I'm saying? But I know that was your jewel. So I mean, that's a jewel I got from you, guys. So I was you could build on it.
Just like civilization is individuals being a civilized nation.
Right.
Before you can have a civilized nation, you got to have an individual that's dealing with civilization. Because, the society is not an inanimate thing. It's not something that operates in and of itself. It's made up of the individuals, and that's why we dealing with the individuals and striving to get individuals to think right individually, and get home right and get self right and be the best version of yourself. And then when you striving to be the best version of yourself and you understanding the knowledge of yourself and you striving to come at things with a humble mentality, and you can see yourself in everything, and you can see that everything needs to be dealt with in a certain type of supreme equality, then you start functioning with everything differently. And this is a product of having the knowledge of yourself. And when you can start functioning with other individuals and other things like this, then this is what causes us to have a civilized nation, because you have individuals that have civilization.
Now, before we go into the next part, God, you want to take some questions?
No question. I'm always good for questions.
Word.
So I always like questions.
So I'm gonna take the first question that we had. Supreme Being God says, what are Allah's teachings in regards to the dinosaurs and the evolution theory? You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I got some on Instagram. I'm going to take that one. You want to take that one, I?
Well, God, I ain't never heard Allah build on no dinosaurs. And it's in regards to anything that I would have to say about the dinosaurs is that, I don't necessarily, bear witness to it. I don't take a whole lot of stock into it or whatnot. I know that, all of the things that I've taken to look into and the studies that I've, taken upon that subject is always, giving fragments. They give fragments of what they may call, a skull or, certain particle of the body, of the bone, or the rib cage or something. But they have very, few scattered particles, and they try to put these things together, and they say these, monolithic animals or whatnot that existed in this prehistoric time, and I just don't bear witness to it. I just don't see. I think that it would be, they don't have any full skeletal remains of what they will call a dinosaur, even though you may have had, certain life forms that may have been, bigger at one particular time on the planet due to the different type of atmospheric conditions that we may have had on the planet or whatnot. And that may have been in that time, but in regards to what we're dealing with today, man being here on the planet, dealing with what we've been dealing with for however many amount of years, I'm not bearing witness to no dinosaurs like that. Me myself, that's not taking away from it or adding to it. That's just me myself personally. What was the second part of that question?
And the evolution theory.
The evolution theory. Well, from my perspective, in regards to that, when I hear individuals speak about evolution, first thing, I think that you come up with is something dealing with man coming from monkeys. Or an ape-like creature or something like that. And in that regards, I don't bear witness to that.
Okay. Let me get the next question. I got some questions.
Those are my own personal opinions and understanding.
No doubt. I'll take this next one. When you get a chance, Wolf Strong on 3365 on Instagram, he said, when we get a chance, can we break down the difference between the NOI Supreme Wisdom Lessons and the 120? Okay. No problem, G. All right, so I'll go into that one. So, for the most part, man, I would say the biggest differences that we see between the Supreme Wisdom and the 120 lessons, Allah, when he made himself known in the streets in Harlem, it was certain things that he left in the Nation of Islam. It was certain things that he didn't bring with him after learning and with his study in Temple Number 7. It was things that when he gave the 120 to the gods that he changed. With the 39th degree, speak about do you hope to live to see the day when the gods come to take the devil into hell in the very near future, and come to take the devil off our planet. And I was taught, Allah taught us that, hey man, you either waiting on him or you bearing witness to me. You know what I'm saying? So it was certain things Allah gave the norm inside the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam teaches that God came in the person of Master Farrar Muhammad, and I don't disagree with that. I feel like to those Muslims and Elijah and the people that met him in Detroit in the early 1930s, he was teaching them. He was only teaching about the man who was God to them. So when it comes to the 120, Allah gave us certain things. He gave us the supreme mathematics. He gave us the supreme alphabets. Like I said, it was other things that Allah didn't give to the youth, like the restrictive law, like the problem book, like other actual facts and other things that are mentioned in the supreme wisdom. Those were things that were not given to the youth and to the firstborns of this nation. So we don't per se call that 120, right? So yeah. So that's the answer to that one, to that question. Let's go to the next one. How do y'all feel about joining the military? Can a 5% still join the military and still be righteous and civilized? Antoine614 on Instagram. Guy, you want to take that one?
God, you know how many guys done got
I know that's right.
in the
Ooh,
service?
Man. Peace, God.
And how many guys that teach that's in the service?
I know that's right. Yeah, peace, God.
You gotta think, we take pride in the father that, teaching that the father was a part of the Korean War.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and was a decorated veteran.
Hmm.
You understand? And that's one of the things that you was told to do if you wasn't doing anything.
Mm.
You know, go get a trade, go to the service.
Mm.
You know, get a job, do something with yourself, make yourself a productive individual in society.
Word.
You know?
Word.
So it wasn't nothing left for you. Then yeah, go to the service with something that that was recommended.
Nah, and God shit, the first thing that come to mind when I think of that, when you talk about Allah, what do we teach about going to the military? Allah said that's where He learned how to teach a boy how to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He learned that in the military, that this was the place of how to take a boy to be a man. He learned that every man had to have a heart to kill. In my opinion, for him to say he learned how to take a boy to be a man, that let me know in a lot of ways the military was what helped shape and mold him as a man. You know what I mean? And he was able to come and impart some of that wisdom onto the gods. So and even it's an old tape about the five. When you see that old video of the 5%ers in the '60s when they said, "Hey, if a man want to go to Vietnam, he go on his own. He know how to come and go and come back right and come out right and exact." So yeah, man, I'm talking about, not to mention, like the God said, I know plenty of guys who went to the military, went to other countries and taught other people, and kept the knowledge going and advanced their knowledge, man. Yeah, man. If you check out our interview with the God, a couple interviews ago with the God of Law Life, he went to the military, and spoke about a real. I know a lot of guys who speak, about the military, So that's what I would say to that. So next question. Yes, definitely Joey Tracks. The Otisville tapes gave us some good understanding. So next question is, what does the 5% teach about astrology? Guy, you want to take that one? I know that's right up your bag.
Well, I would say that, pretty much, I would say that, majority of 5% teach that it's a pseudoscience. And I can see that to a certain degree, even though I can understand it, but I know astronomy. I know astronomy, and I know my build a story degree. And I was just building on this with some young guys the other day. I think it was last night.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to, I know that the sun and moon have attracting powers on our planet. And the planets having attracting powers on our planet is what basically astrology is about. But the root of astrology is based in astronomy, and that's the science. Astrology is not a science. You understand? So that's why I could see it being called a pseudoscience, because it's not a science. It's not an exact science. Astronomy is the science. That's where the world math lay. That's where the real science lies, in astronomy and understanding astronomy. However, astrology, that's just something that you kind of partake in regards to, like, to me myself, it's just kind of like entertainment. So.
Peace, God. Peace to the God. We got any more questions? Okay. And what are some good books on the gods and earths you recommend? Let me see. I got you. I would recommend, God.
You say some books in regards to what?
Just teaching. I mean, what, like the teachings, or just like when you say good books to recommend? Would you mean like just our teachings and our way of life? Are there gods and earths in Kentucky? Look at that. Absolutely, it is gods and earths in Kentucky. Gregory Brugard on YouTube. Yo, God, go to the 5%connection.com. Hit the link, man. Put your info in there, bro, and send it, or you could just inbox us your math, your number, your email address, your name. We can connect you. We can connect you right out to the guys in Kentucky, man. Our brother, all powerful, supreme, all powerful. Connect you to the God out there, man. We put you together. He out there in Kentucky, man. Out there in Lexington. In the kingdom, ain't that what they got? The kingdom, baby. Yeah, that's the kingdom. Yeah, man. Peace. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely gods and earths out in Kentucky. It was another question. Oh, I mean, honestly, man, for somebody that's a beginner, books, I would go check out the Knowledge of Self anthology, um, written by Dr. Supreme Understanding. I mean, the book on the history, I would go get the history I told about the 5%ers, the one that was just released. Let me see if I can pull it up. This book, the blue one. Wait, I got it right here.
Which one you talking about?
I'm talking about the new one, the one that they just did, the one that came out most recently.
You talking about with the elders?
Yeah, what the older guys did. That was the most, I would say, accurate joint for me. Western Kentucky, yeah. I mean, what you do, I would say Supreme Understanding books for sure though. History of the history of the 5% book, the blue one. Yeah. Oh, Joey Tracks, man. I forgot we had you over here in KY, man. Yeah, we got you. That's why I told you to send him on. To send him, we send him your info, and we got you, man.
Joey Tracks, he in the Kingdom.
Yeah, you know that's all powerful, man. You know, remember Joey? You know Joey Tracks.
Okay.
The National Guard Air Force. Do we know any guys that are in the National Guard Air Force? I can't say offhand, fam. What I will do is do the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I will do the knowledge and kind of check in on that for you and see if there may be any guys that I know. Joey Tracks, what you could do, man. The brother is actually on YouTube, so if you want to go on the YouTube live stream, he's on the YouTube live stream commenting right now. Yep, you know what I'm saying. So I do got a few more questions, man. I wanna take those. So what is meant by useful land is only 23 million miles out of 196 million miles. So I mean, I would say, bro, is that you wanna maybe go look at the lesson a little bit more and kind of go into it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because when it's talking about useful land, the lessons, the degree, the sixth degree tell you that the total area in square miles is 29 million, and that the original man uses 23, and the color man uses 6 million. So I don't necessarily think that 23 million don't have any, is not really being correlated to the 196 million, not 140,000 square miles. Would I be right in saying that? I see. That's right. Yeah. No, you kind of, you may be putting the, I think you putting the fifth degree and the sixth, seventh, and eighth degrees together in the 1 through 10 with that. Supreme being God over there on YouTube, man. But to your question, man, the 23 million square miles that the original man used is his wisdom and understanding. You know what I mean? As long as we as gods is useful and can make use and can make things manifest and show forth our power with our wisdom and understanding, we can create useful land. We can create useful. We could be useful with our time. We could be useful with the things that we build and bring in manifestation. You know what I mean? So, and then it's a whole, I would say it's a whole science. Really, what a great God dropped on me, man, with those degrees from my seat is dealing with the 6th degree, the 7th degree, and the 8th degree, and the 1 through 10, man. That's dealing with the social. It's dealing with those degrees are dealing with geopolitics. It's dealing with the amount of land that's useful to a set group of people. So it's dealing with people and it's dealing with land. So and I would say that those numbers are geopolitical numbers. I don't think it's referring, when the degree that was referring to the physical land or the physical landscape is the 5th degree. I see. Would you say on that? Because man was saying that 29 million seems too small. Or he was just going through. Well, what's your C on the 23 million?
Well, the 23 million, I always drew that to be, you know what I'm saying, the woman and the babies.
Nice.
You know,
Nice. Peace, God.
That's
I like
the land
that.
that you use to build upon. You know, to make the earth useful.
Mm.
You know,
Indeed.
keep it simple.
No, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So let me see. Make sure we ain't have no more questions. What dietary laws do the gods and earth have? Peace. So that's a good one. So I mean, I think that going the right we was dealing with. So I'm gonna pull this up.
I'm gonna say the main thing with us is we not eating no pork.
I'm telling you, God.
You understand what I'm saying? Now you could go and read How to Eat to Live and take some of that. But however, the most important thing is whatever you do in moderation and fast in between.
So that's the main thing I was gonna pull up. Where we going? When we go to, and I'm gonna just pull this over here from our folks on YouTube and Facebook, so it don't just pull the. But for anybody that can see, man, this is a list of some of the, like I used to like when brothers would say that the pork got 900 diseases. So we dealing with that fourth degree, right? That knowledge culture degree in the 1 through 40. Right after we say uncivilized, it say the poison animal eaters. The poison animal eaters. Slaves to a mental death and power. So I'm gonna just be square with you, man. I don't know if everybody can see that, if you can see this, but if you eating pork, if you out there eating swine, you eating disease, you eating poison. Okay, these are just a few of the disease of the many diseases associated with the swine, associated with the trichonitis worm, the ringworm. You got the ringworm. You got the leprosis worm. You got all these diseases, E. coli. These are all from the swine. You got diseases that you can get from direct contact with the swine. That's why the scriptures say, do not eat or touch the dead flesh. The dead carcass of the swine. Don't even touch that motherfucker. Don't even touch the swine. Feel what I'm saying? So the second paragraph is diseases that you can get directly from touching it. Like ringworm, just from touching the swine. These are diseases that you can gain from coming in contact with materials that didn't touch the swine. If it's raw materials, these is all bacterial infections that infect the pig. And it's transmitted through direct contact with animals, tissues, droppings. And the risk of infection increases if the person has unprotected cuts or invasions in hands.
Oh my
God. Shit. So yeah, stay away from that swine. You know what I'm saying? You get the swine off your goddamn mind. We also say, we don't deal with the scavengers of the sea.
No bottom feeders.
No bottom feeders. So we don't eat the catfish. We don't eat the crab. We don't eat the
fish over 35
shrimp.
pounds.
No fish over 35 pounds. No tuna.
Shit, 35 pounds seems kind of heavy too. But yeah,
No tuna. The bottom feeders. No tilapia. Don't stay away from that shit.
No fish with whiskers.
I'm telling you. Dude got a question that say, what's the gods in earth? What are the gods and earth's views on having dogs?
Make sure you clean up behind them.
Say make sure you have it.
Yeah, it's each his own. I mean, I used to say, you can have 1/3 running around your house if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But however, to each his own. Some people like dogs. I just say, make sure you clean up, behind them or keep them outside.
As well as I was always told, God, that it ain't that you want to keep them outside. That I don't know. I always just associate them with European culture.
Well, I mean, that's because the man is the dog's best friend.
But you said,
the dog is the man's best friend. Probably myself. But however, out and about. One day I was out and about and I was just doing the knowledge, and I remember seeing that, out of a lot of the individuals that was out and about early in the morning, taking their walks and doing their early morning thing or whatever, a lot of these individuals were Europeans and they had dogs. You know, majority of them, a lot of people, you know, a lot of Europeans they have dogs. You know, but people, I think not even just Europeans, people, you know, a lot of people have, you know, an affinity for dogs. You know, you know, they like dogs. You know, a lot of them consider, you know, when they have dogs, they consider them a part of their family or whatnot. So you know, that's why I say, you know, it's to each his own. You
Yeah,
know,
to
some
each
people
his
like
own.
dogs,
Peace
some
to the
people,
God.
you know, don't like dogs.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, what I mean, this is not no religion. No,
Yeah, there we go. I was just about to say that.
Individual that,
I was
you
just
know,
about to say
every
that.
facet of your life, you can and can't do this in regards to what it is you.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, that's not a
you know,
religion.
just be, you know, be clean, be respectful, make
Be
sure whatever it
righteous.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
and
be
make sure
righteous.
whatever it is you're doing, not, you know, harming nobody else or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
no righteous. Yeah, then absolutely, man. I'm with you on that, God. And yeah. To fam said no tuna fish. Yeah, man, we don't eat tuna fish. And if you know, that was one of the things when the father went through. If you ever have a chance to listen to the tape of the father in Otisville, man, as you come along in knowledge, you know, he talked about that. Because the tuna weighed over a certain amount of weight, like the guy said, over 35 pounds.
But not all tuna.
Not all tuna, but like they use with tuna also has a very, very high concentration of mercury.
And that's the tuna that you want to be aware of. And there's a lot of that is the tuna that's over 35 pounds.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why, like, when you, like the guy said, when we read How to Eat to Live, and, you know, which is really, really great book just in terms of dietary, Elijah talk about, you know, certain fish not to eat, including, you know, one of them that he talked about is the tuna. We want to deal with the clean fish, if anything. And then, man, you get to watching shit like that Seaspiracy, boy, you'd be ready not to eat fish at all. Like, man, F fish altogether. So, you know, that's just that, man. So, kicking it right on along. So, who is the 80? What's the meaning of the 85%? We've been getting some great, powerful questions. They are the uncivilized people, the poison animal eaters, right? Slaves to a mental death and power. What is a slave to a mental death and power? What is a slave to a mental death and power? So a slave to a mental death is a slave to religion, God. Huh? Would I be lying when am I saying that? I see. Would you say that's right? A slave or a mental death, this is a slave to religion. This somebody who lost, who dumb, deaf, and blind, who's a slave, who's a mentally enslaved, with their mind ensnared in the whole scheme of them believing that the world and the reality that exists outside of them is controlled by something that they cannot see, and therefore they are a slave to it. I see. Would you anything you say about that? A slave. What is a slave to a mental death and power?
Well, you know, I would say, you know, it's, you know, using an example, a slave to a mental death and power would be, just say for an example, like say somebody, you know, they done went to school, you know, was an A student, they went straight through school, and you know they got a nice job, and they're trying to, you know, pay for their education and come out of their college debt, and you know they got all these ambitions and whatnot they want to go through, and they can't figure out how to come up with it or whatever, and they just feel held back or whatnot, you know, and they're not using their full potential, and they just feel like the world is upon them or whatever. This is somebody that's a slave to their mental death and power, because they don't even know what it is that they have the ability to do when it's just right at their it's right at their fingertips. All they got to do is make a decision, because it's a mental thing. You know, it's a mental thing that you have to be able to come in contact with and know how to use that power. It's a mental power. You know, and when you're a slave to it, that just means that somebody else is benefiting from your work daily. Whatever it is you're doing daily, you know, like you said, if you don't have a plan, somebody else got one for you. You know, and so when, and within your own self, you'll feel like you're not being complete, or you're not complete, or there's something that you want to do, there's more that you feel like you have to fulfill, you know. And when you start to feel like this is when you know that you're a slave, or you may not know this, but this is when the reality is upon you that you're a slave of mental death and power, because you're not able to use your own power for your own benefit the way you want to. Somebody else is probably using it, you know. And that's an example of being a slave of mental death and power. You know,
Bill. Like that. Peace to the God. Peace to the God. And like you said, I like what my man C Reality said. He said, I always thought that the slave to a mental death and power is slavery. To have the is slavery to not, I think we gotta try to say, to not have the ability to think for self. Absolutely, God. Definitely, man. When you don't got the ability to think for yourself and do for yourself, man, you sleep. You a slave. What in like go ahead.
It's not a one way, because that may be the way that you thought or you think that you may have gotten it, and that may be right in exact in regards to you and those particular circumstances. But however, everything revolves in 360 degrees, so there's always different perspectives to be looked at. So that's why we can't say that you're wrong. You can't say that he's wrong. You can't say that I'm wrong. We just giving it all our different
We adding
perspectives,
on. We just adding on. We adding on. We adding on.
That's the key and the jewel to it all. Because all of them are jewels, and everything that we all saying. That's me, myself, the minister, and who you say the brother? It is.
Oh, C Reality.
Everything that we all saying is gonna touch somebody that's hearing it tonight.
Yeah,
They
that's
may
our
be able
brother.
to walk away from it and be like, yo, I never looked at it like that.
That's our brother in South and in Zambia.
In Zambia.
Yeah,
Peace.
that's our
Peace to
brother
the
in
God.
Zambia.
Peace, God.
Yeah, peace to the God. Yeah, that's my man too, man. I gotta catch up with the God. So, slave to a mental death and power. Right? People who do not know their origin in this world and worship that which they know not. Man, and God, we've been dealing with it. We've been dealing with it all night. These just the people who don't know where they origin in it. Like you said, what is origin in this world? What is your origin in this world?
Right. Like people call themselves Christians. What do you mean you're a Christian? You know the origin of that word? Let alone the origin of yourself in this world. But a lot of individuals that base their self-worth on being something like, what we call a Christian. And the thing is, like, that's fine if you do that. There's no knock on it. But what is the knowledge of the origin of that? Likewise with any other religion, faith or ideology, culture or way of life. Whether you're a Buddhist, what does it mean to be a Buddhist? You understand what I'm saying? What does it mean to be a Muslim, a Jew? Whatever it is
And
that you may be dealing with.
and I know like for me, like the first thing I thought is like how we as God has taught ourselves how we should be able to, each God should be able to trace itself to the Father.
No doubt. You gotta know your root.
And now you should be able to show forth and prove your origin in this thing. How each mind connected each mind. What's the root? What's the origin? How do it go all the way back? This your origin, man. This your history. Come on with the question. Marcus 5812, man, on IG, man. We got you. We'll love to build on it. So your origin in this world. Who worship that which they know not. That's the mystery God. Who is that mystery God? There is no mystery God. Son of Man searched trillions of years, was unable to find that so-called mystery God. So we have agreed that the only God is the Son of Man. So we lost no time searching for that which does not exist. He's searching for the mystery.
No doubt. Yeah. So you went on to that degree right there. So good. I was saying, let's bring it on back.
I know that's right. Here's a good one. I question the name God because it is an English word and the letters itself has a date.
What language are we speaking?
I know that's right.
We're not speaking English? We're not supposed to use the English word? We don't use it. You question the word. Is that what we say?
He questioned the word English because it's a.
Word English.
Well, here let me say this, God, before you go there.
Yeah, give me some clarification.
No. I know exactly where he's going.
Okay.
And where I always go with people on that is that, when you come to, we taught that our people is dumb, deaf, and blind, and we've been taught in the world of ignorance, in this language, in this teaching, in this way of life of under the Christendom, under the King's English, and this is the language, like the God said, this is the language that we speak. So if we're gonna go and teach the people who are dumb, deaf, and blind, and who lack the knowledge of themselves, a people who was just worshiping a blue-eyed, blonde-haired mystery God, we have to teach them we have to come to the people as the people. We have to teach the people in the language that they know, in the language that they can comprehend and understand. You know, even people like to deal with etymology and want to go to, all right, well, what is God? That's why always liked it, Brother Khaled. Well, he went through that. If you deal with God and the root and the meaning of God and the word for God in every language of the original man, is always gonna mean the same thing. And we're gonna see the same image as us saying the black man is God. Funny story. Me and the gods, when I first got 120, the gods took me to we went to a Hare Krishna temple. Me, God Allah, Bahu, the earth, and it was maybe somebody else with us. And we had just came back from Sean Prue. And the guys was selling these buttons at Sean Prue that said the black man is God. And we going to this Hare Krishna. It's a form of Hinduism. Right? It's a Hare Krishna temple on Jefferson and shit, right?
Yeah.
So we go in the Hare Krishna temple, and the Hindu cat, he see the pen that say the black man is God. And the Hindu cat, he said, your pen, the black man is God. You're right. You're right. He's right. And he rushes us all in there, and he showed me a picture of Krishna. He pointed to Krishna like the blue, what they would call. He said he was the blue black. He said, yes, you're right. Krishna. Oh, we was fucked up because I was like, yo. I just remember being just like blew back, like, oh shit, wait a minute. Yo, he was like, yes, the black man is God. So,
they call him the perfect black God.
Yeah, absolutely. I like what the war God said. Allah gave us our alphabet. The devil used to call English the universal language. Allah revealed the universe by putting 7 over 6 and unlocking the true infinite potential of it. Peace to the God. God, we gotta get you on the show, man. Peace to the God. We coming up here dropping. God came up here dropping some sauce. I like that. Peace to the God. But yo, Marcus 58:12, man. That's to answer your question, man. And why we come and speak to the people. Supreme Scientist, that's right. He said English C lesson, even English C lesson number 1. So he went to some science. English C lesson number 1. Okay. Let me see.
What?
He said English C lesson number 1.
Who?
Supreme Scientist on YouTube.
What about it?
No, to what extent should the gods compromise to societal setups, especially those that are not right and exact? See, what'd you say? How much? To what extent should the God compromise to societal setups, especially those that are not right and exact? I mean, what do you mean when you say societal setups?
Why would you try to compromise
like
with
jobs?
You're already saying it's not right and exact. That's the bottom line.
Oh, nice God.
That's a setup question or something.
Damn. No. I like that, God. I like that. Well, I would just say, so no, God. I wouldn't compromise for nothing. I wouldn't compromise for nothing that's not right and exact, God. Just me personally. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they definitely, Yusuf Civil, like, yeah, they definitely know. They definitely know, man. They definitely know. Yeah, he when he told me straight, he said, yes, the black man is God. So, yeah, man. Just to finish this off with the 85%. They worship that they know not. They are easily led in the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right direction. So, what does that mean, man? Before we get up out, I want to make sure we take this knowledge to born. So these are the people who are the followers. These are the people who walking down the wide path, man. These are the people who are easily led into dumb shit and hard to be led into the righteousness. You know the 85% of man, but a big part of it by the company that they keep, man. And who they are, what they do, and the directions that they follow in. God, anything you say on that? The 85%, easy letting the wrong direction, hard to be letting the right.
Well, I think that that speaks for itself.
That should speak for itself.
That
No,
speaks
you
for
ain't
itself.
lying.
And really, the thing is the jewel in that is don't be a follower.
Yeah, peace, God. Nice.
Don't be a follower. And if you are gonna follow something, do the knowledge. Do the knowledge thoroughly. And hopefully you're not following nothing but directions.
That's right.
Not a man or a woman. But directions. Even if the directions is coming from that man or a woman, you don't follow that man or woman. You follow the directions. Take the best and leave the rest. Never be easily led in no direction. Wrong or right. Even if it's the right direction, don't be easily led. First and foremost, no matter where it's at. The only way you're gonna find out if it's the right direction is to not be easily led. That means that you did the knowledge. You had to figure out that it was right first before you called it right. You understand? So it's all mathematical.
Yeah, it's definitely
supreme at that.
It's definitely all mathematical, man. So yeah, supreme God, man. I was striving to understand your question, God. I mean, you kind of went through the. You talking about 140, 144. Described by inertia in physics.
Yeah,
I didn't really see your question though, God.
Gotta go through that off
Supreme being God. I said you depends on who you asking. It depends on their way of life. I think that you got people in that community who could fall up under all of those perspectives. You got some of them who could fall up under 85%ers. I think it's some of them who in those communities who doing righteousness and who may be a part of the 5%. And just like I feel like you got people that's a part of that community who are blood sucking the people and looking to rob the people and looking to take from them and looking to, make slaves. So I mean, I think it just depends on the person. The 85, the 10%, and the 5% are just descriptions and groups of people. It's really a social. I don't want to say socio-economic, but a social breakdown. A social breakdown. Just some math I have, math and alphabets. Yo, let's build. What did you do, man? Send it to our inbox, man, so we can build offline about it. Word. We could definitely go through it, man. So look, as y'all know, man, this is the God and Earth Hour. Is the gangster supreme from Queens, connected to the nation of gods and earths. I was building with a God, and I said once you put it in words, it becomes debatable because the words you can add on. I mean, I don't really see that. It just depends on, this ain't really. I wouldn't really say this is something to be debatable.
You
this
can't
is
debate the truth.
Yeah, we just here to deal with the truth.
It depends on what it is that you're dealing with. I mean, if it's the truth, it's the truth.
Yeah. How other way can you put it in? If you can't put it in words, then it can't be spoken.
And if an individual is showing and proving, don't take that as debating.
Right.
Because the individual has to take the time to show and prove the point that's being made or is being asked to be made once the individual is in opposition to something and it's being asked to, show and prove. It's not always what we may call a debate. Sometimes individuals just, show and prove it.
Oh, saying your God itself becomes debatable. That's why show and prove is better than speaking it. I mean, I think it's twofold. Because if you don't never say it, then the light bulb can't go off, in which is understanding. It take knowledge and wisdom. Living it out is the wisdom. But for me to say it and speak it and make it manifest and say, yo, I am God, that's a declaration. You declaring, I'm a supreme being, I'm righteous, I'm civilized. You know what I mean? I'm a true and living black man. I'm the Asiatic black man. I'm here to bring peace and to bring justice into the world. And then your actions can confirm the knowledge that you said to give the next person understanding. So
It
I
puts a
think,
responsibility upon you.
yeah,
That's
ooh,
incumbent upon
shit.
you to live out. Once you speak it, that's the purpose of having a word to say. Because the word is the manifestation. That's what we say. Word is the second principle. As you say, be, kun fire kun, be and it is. That's the purpose of the word, the spoken word.
And I mean, you know, I think like what you said, fam said, the knowledge degree is look, listen, observe. Nah, that's knowledge in the supreme mathematics, as well as, you know, knowledge is the, I would say that's, we talking about supreme knowledge.
What you gonna do if you hold
You
all
know
the
what I'm
knowledge and you
saying?
don't speak it or
Right.
manifest it?
Right.
Because you gonna only either speak it or show it through your ways and actions.
Yeah. True
What
indeed.
you gonna do? You just hold it in your head.
Yeah, true
It
indeed.
ain't no
God.
good if you can't share it.
Well, and even that's what I was about to say. Supreme knowledge is the resurrection knowledge, God.
What is
We
about?
dealing with the knowledge that has the power to raise men and women from the mental grave. Like I remember first getting knowledge, bro, and just hearing things. Even we go to the knowledge degree. The knowledge degree is who is the original man. The original man, the Asiatic black man, maker, the owner, the cream of the planet, Earth, father, civilization, God of the
Well,
universe.
my thing is,
Go ahead.
when you learn that degree, how do you learn it?
Mm,
Do you not speak it and you just say it to yourself in your head?
mm.
You know, I'm saying, like,
Yeah, you gotta make, like what the war god just said, if you don't make knowledge born, you keeping the 85% blind to themselves. Peace, God.
no doubt.
Peace to the God. Yeah, God. So look, man. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. We clocking in this over an hour. Y'all know this is the God and Earth Hour podcast, man. So we gonna make sure that we keep some dopeness and some magic coming manifest to y'all and to the people. Peace to the gods. Y'all will see we got some people connected and some people connected with the knowledge. Some gods got some people that was looking for the knowledge get some people that was looking for the knowledge got connected with the gods. So we adding on. We looking at to bring the knowledge of the cipher, man, to help enlighten you and help connect you, man. If you can, man, if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the channel, please support our stream, man. You can go to the 5percentconnection.live/tips. Show some love to the channel, man, so we can keep this thing up and rolling. We also got merch, man, that you can check out. Go to the knowledgeofselfstore.com, man, and check out some of our t-shirts, man, and sweatshirts and hats, book bags, and all that dope stuff that we got for y'all, man. As well as make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I got you, God. I'm gonna hit you up, man. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, man, so you can get notified when we kick these lives off, man. We always live streaming on Tuesdays and Fridays. Make sure you follow us, man, and we're gonna keep this all the way live. I see anything you want to leave the people with?
Peace and positivity to everybody out there within the sound of my voice. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody, you know what I'm saying? Have a peaceful night, and thank you for coming and checking us out.
Word. So, yo, man, we gonna leave y'all in the same way that we greeted y'all, man. That's the supreme universal greeting of the universe, and that is peace.